Hello, everybody. Welcome to one
Olá,
more
Selma.
KTT Talks
Hello, how are
Podcast.
doing?
Today, traveling
Miss
to
you so
Brazil.
much.
All good, Selma?
Good. I'm great. Thank
This will be quite strange for those that are listening to us now because we are Portuguese, Selma is Brazilian, and we will talk in English in order that everybody can understand. So, hope you appreciate our effort and excuse us since the beginning if our English will not be the most good looking, but we are doing our best in order that everybody can understand. And just to remind you and to place the position of what we are doing here, every week we come with this podcast where we invite some students from our complete program KTT, Kizomba Teachers Training, that we are doing since 2013 with more than 500 students already attended. And now, since this pandemic situation, we start having the training in an online version. And we open already, I think this is the fourth group online. I think it's the fourth group between Portuguese and English version. And Selma is one of our latest students. She entered now in this group of May 2021. And we decided to invite her to have here a relaxed talk in order that we can know her a little bit more. It's interesting because she's back to Brazil, but she was already in Porto in our beautiful city and she was attending our regular lessons. And now in the other side of the world, she decided to invest in our KTT. So we want to know the whys and all that stuff. But let's start from the beginning. Selma, just present yourself. Tell us who you are, from where you are from, your roots, what are your studies, your passions. Tell us a little bit who is Selma.
Okay, so I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. And as profession, I am an executive assistant. I used to work in a multinational company, like a chemical company. Before I went to Portugal, and I quit my job to go to Portugal with my family. And so since I came back, I didn't come back to work as I did before. And I am now investing with my husband in the stock market. So I have, he wanted to be like, you say you can work wherever you are, digital nomad. And so I am working with him. And I'm passionate about dances. Because of that, I am with you, and now I have the time to dedicate myself to this kind of things that I was not able to do when I was working. And so now I started to invest a little bit more in my passions.
Okay, and how you said more or less, but how you start and when the dance, and with what kind of dance? 3 questions.
The first contact I had with dances was when I was a teenager, but only with jazz, this kind of alone, dancing alone, not in pairs. My first contact with ballroom dances ballroom dances was the classic history when you break up with a relationship and you are sad, and a friend invited me to know that period was when Brazil had that lambada fever,
Oh, yeah.
And they told me, if you come with us to a lambada party, you forget this guy.
That's a good medicine. That's a good medicine. So anybody that are listening to us, if you have like emotional, how do you say, pain, you can go to a social dance party to just heal it. Not now, but soon you can do that for sure.
I am a proof of that. So I went to the lambada party. I didn't know how to dance anything there, and we didn't have school for this kind of dances here. So I learned how to dance at the parties. The guys helped me, and I learned all that in the party. So I started dancing lambada, and after that it became zouk, Brazilian zouk. But that time it was zouk from the original compa and IT and Antillians music. I don't know a lot more about the history of this, but it became zouk. And also I learned how to dance, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I stayed 3 years, around 3 years, dancing this kind of dances here in Brazil. Here in Brazil. And after that, I met another boyfriend. He didn't dance. He played soccer, not as a professional, but he was a professional before starting the relationship with me. And I tried hardly to bring him to dances, but he didn't have patience to learn. And okay, I forgot about that. I said a long time without dancing. Sometimes I joined my friends and went to forró because I love it also. And here in Brazil, forró is a rhythm that everybody dances a little bit. And is for us is like our Kizomba, because almost means party also, because the etymology of this word forró comes from for all. It's for all.
For all.
So everybody dances a little bit of forró here in Brazil. So I am also addicted. My second passion after lambada and zouk is forró. And so I was always trying to dance a little bit with the family, with my brothers, and never stopped thinking about coming back to dance. But okay, I stopped because I had my daughter, and it was not possible for me to go to parties. So only when we had like weddings, and then I was dancing all the time with everybody in the parties.
Tirar a barriga de misérias.
Yeah, something like that. So I started when I was at work and had my daughter. It was not possible. I used to work a lot and didn't have time to dedicate to dance classes also here in Brazil. So I divorced from my first husband, and I don't know how I started another relationship with another boyfriend that doesn't dance. Also, I didn't think about, now I am free, I will try to find a person who dances with me. But no. And
it
also
was not meant to happen.
Yes, I didn't think about it. It happened. And also, again, my first husband told my current one, because we are all friends here, okay? I am not married to him anymore. I'm divorced, but we have a really good relationship. They are my friends. My first husband told my current husband, if you want her to be happy, you go to dance classes with her, ballroom classes. I was like, oh, thank you for saying that. And he kept this in mind. He's really lovely with me and wants me to be happy. So he tried to go to dance classes also.
Oh, good.
But
So at the end, was he attending the dance lessons with you?
no anymore.
Oh.
No, and not anymore. Another big great history. So I tried. He tried to take lessons of football here in Brazil. So when we went to Portugal, and I had time to dedicate myself to other things, because here I was really working a lot. Didn't have time. I always joined Zumba classes. And at Zumba classes, you have salsa, merengue, cumbia, everything that pulls you to the ballroom dances like that, to salsa lessons. And I started to say, I have to come back to dances, ballroom dances, and now I have time, so let's do it. And okay, let's do it. He went with me. But we tried to find. We were living in Portimão, in Algarve, the first place we lived here, there in Portugal, and I started to search for forró classes because there are a lot of Brazilians. But there was no forró in Algarve. Only a festival in Fuzeta. There was an island near Faro once a year, but there were not regular classes to dance every week. So I thought, what can I dance to do? There's no forró here. Okay, salsa, Cuban salsa. I went to Cuban salsa lessons in a school in Portimão. You may know as Dança Mais with Fábio Duarte. And there I had the first contact with Kizomba because they used it to teach there. And I had salsa and Cuban style and Kizomba, and I also did bachata, Dominican bachata, social bachata classes there. I didn't like the sensual one, but the Dominican I was crazy about it. So I started there. And after that, I stayed there for around 7 months with these classes. And so we decided, my daughter decided to come back to Brazil and live with her father. Because he didn't want to stay in Portugal because of her beloved friends and family and everything.
How old was her at that time?
13.
Oh, it's normal. Teenagers, of course, the friends.
She made a lot of friends in Portugal also, but her friends here in Brazil were beloved and many years with them. So she missed it a lot, and her father asked her to come back. If you don't want Portugal, come back and stay with me. Okay. And she decided, and I supported her decision. But I told her that I wouldn't come back because we had this project to be in Portugal. And I stayed in Portugal for 2 years without her. And so we didn't have the responsibility to be with her, with the school. We were even more free.
Yeah.
So we decided to move to Spain, in Malaga, because my husband likes to play poker. And he was always traveling from Algarve to Malaga to play poker there, because the tournaments there were better than in Algarve, you know. So I went to a party there in Atreviti, in Torremolinos, with Paco and Sara Minguez. I don't know if you.
Paco, I think
Paco was your student.
He attend our KTT.
Yeah.
He's a short guy, very funny, very nice, and good tennis. Yeah, Paco. He was here with
really
Keeper, and during the training, he completely cut it off. So one day he had a big beard, and the next day nothing, and we didn't recognize him.
Really? Because I wouldn't recognize him at all without that beard. Yeah. But he's really funny and lovely. Paco and Sandra Molina, and also Sara Vogelin. I had classes with
also
them.
there was this guy Mustafa and another girl that was his part. It was like five guys, Christina. 5 people. It's not Christina, I don't remember. 5 people that came from Malaga here to Porto to do the KTT, the KTT training.
Mustafa, I think I didn't have the opportunity to know, but I made a lot of friends there. My husband always tells me that I am unbearable because I make friends wherever I go.
That's
because of the dance, I think.
And when you went to Porto?
Beg your pardon, what?
When you went to Porto?
Yes. So we stayed there in Malaga, dancing all the time for around 8 months. But my husband didn't want to be there forever because he didn't know how to speak Spanish very well. He didn't like to go to bank, to the doctors, because he didn't know how to explain things. He's a very cultural person. He's intelligent, and he likes to write and read books and chat with people. And he was not feeling well there because of the language. He felt like he didn't know how to write things well, things like that. So he told me, would you matter if we come back to Portugal, because I feel better there.
Although Portuguese from Portugal and Portuguese from Brazil is different, and sometimes Brazilian people have difficulties to understand us, it's better than Spanish.
Yeah. And so we decided to come back to Portugal, but this time let's try to go to another place, because both times when we visited Porto, we fell in love with Porto, with people, because my God, I don't know if I should tell these things because it's Portugal. People in Porto are more nicer,
cozy.
And the energy is better, I think. We have this kind of behavior here in Brazil, in Spain also. When you go to the northwest part of Brazil, they are happy, always happy. Everybody here is happy, but the northwest part of Brazil is really, really smiling every time.
So you're right here in Porto. And how did you met us here in the ALC Dance Studios? Because you start attending our lessons here.
Yeah, when I was planning to move from Spain to Porto, I started to. Oh, I told my husband we are going to move, but I have to search for a place where there is a good school, a dance school, and I choose the place to live because of you.
Oh,
Because I wanted
so
to be
nice.
near ALC because I searched for a lot of dancing schools, but I fall in love with you. The
Oh,
first
so
time.
nice. Thank
Yes,
you.
and not because of you, only because of your team. Because I
Yeah.
started to watch the videos in your site, and Ricardo Amoedo with that laugh, with that
Yeah.
energy. I have to be a student with this teacher because he has this energy, he has this behavior. I love it. So
Then it was because of Ricardo Amoedo first.
yes, because I
We need
saw
to tell him.
everything was okay, was had good energy, but Ricardo is outstanding. My God, until now I watch all his videos and
just let me share here something, because during this podcast we also like to give some learnings by situations that we are talking about. So for those that think that videos, for example, are not working so good to promote, and that to be able to promote properly you need to have like well produced videos, you see that something that called attention to Selma, that was a newcomer here in Porto. She started watching the videos, and the thing that caught her attention was not the outstanding way of dancing of Ricardo Muedo, that is a good dancer, but it was the way that he laughed. It was this kind of empathy that she created. So here you have an amazing learning. If you are a teacher, if you are a dancer, if you own a dance studio, make sure that your communication is the most humanized you can, because like this, you will be able to connect more and more with the people. This was a learning that we had at the beginning. We were just uploading like fancy videos of our shows. We dressed up like with the costumes to perform, and this is good, okay, but create distance for normal people that are afraid to have an act of courage to go to a dance studio, because it's an act of courage to break down all the how do you say, the barriers, the mental barriers that you can have, and afraid to expose yourself in a dance lesson. So that's why, and here you have a big learning. If you are listening to this, try to do the test. Create videos and communication more humanized. Don't need to be like super production. It's the opposite. As more natural it will be, better it will connect with the people that will be watching. Just here a side note, because it was an important understanding from what you were saying.
Yeah.
So
important. I'd say that it is essential, because I always, when I am looking for something, I always try to watch videos and see how is the energy of the place. The technical part is also important, but it's something that you can learn. But the energy is so, for me, it's essential.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's try, because we you know that we need to teach. So let's try here to do a resume, and for sure we have many subjects to talk, very interesting. But now let's do here a small fast forward. You spend here some time in Porto, and you create amazing connections with the people, including, I remember that we made a goodbye party in one of the in several lessons that you were attending before you went to Porto, to Brazil, including you have here someone that reminds you. Raquel, are you seeing Raquel?
I remember.
So we are in the
I
office.
remember everybody, and until now I have contact at the Facebook with some of them. I remember a lot everything because it was really the happiness in my life. That
So
period
good.
was really good.
But then you finished the project here. You needed to return to Brazil, and you keep following us and the school and what we were doing by distance with the online, and of course with the COVID even more, because we also start being more present online, and you start being also more inside of the dance community on Brazil, something that you didn't have so much before, and you start meeting people inside of the Kizomba community, and you start hanging out with them and start meeting more people. And then appeared this opportunity now to enter the KTT, the program that we opened. We made the launch with the masterclass the past weekend, and we are with registrations open only till Friday. And you were one of the first to attend this new group. Can you tell us a little bit before you start speaking about the KTT, why you start thinking about the possibility of doing an investment in a teacher's training? What were the things that you were feeling that you were needing? Can you share a little bit of that?
So I was one of the first in this group because I was already thinking about this investment and whether I should or not try to teach Kizomba here. Because when I came from Portugal, I started to search for Kizomba in Brazil. I didn't know anything about here. How was Kizomba here in Brazil? And I found James Silva promoting a big event festival here in São Paulo, near my house, my home. And I didn't have any doubts. I entered, and there was a KTT also there with Rico and Nada, and nice. I joined it only because I wanted to be there, and I didn't know about the teachers here in Brazil and the community. I was thinking about helping to grow the community of Kizomba here in Brazil and in my city, because I am from São Paulo, but I don't live in the city of São Paulo capital. So it's a city nearby Santo André. And so I didn't know anybody here teaching Kizomba. But in this festival, I met a person, Marcos Gambiarra, that you already know also, and he is teaching here in my city. And I thought, okay, so I will not become a teacher anymore, because I want to join him to his group and stay with him. I didn't want to teach. I just want to dance. Okay, yeah. So I joined them, and even if they were beginners yet, I thought I can learn something new wherever I go, even if it's a beginner group. So, but as the time went by, we saw that there are a lot more women in classes than men. So Marcos Gambiarra's partner, Paula Silva, started to act as a leader to dance with the ladies, and the guys at the classes started to become without a lot of feedback, about their movements, if they were doing the right thing or not. So I asked Marcos if I could give them tips because I have had a lot of classes and experiences, and if I could do that, because I would like to respect his classes, his methods. And so he asked me, oh, please, it's a favor that you can do for me, because you know how to dance and know how to explain, but I don't know how to explain the leader's position. So I started to have a lot of great and long conversations with Marcos. And I told him, well, as you allowed me to help you in your classes, and I wanted to do this in the proper manner, with techniques, I would try to attend all kind of KTT teachers trainings. I have the possibility to, because now, thank God, I have the possibility. The financial situation is good. Okay, so let me invest. And so I was thinking about having your KTT, and I was listening all of your podcasts, KTT podcasts, to make my mind to decide this. And so James comes with another KTT with Master Pechu. My God, I didn't join Ricardo and Paula's, and now there is Master Pechu. My God, I can miss that. So I joined it then also. And my God, you always talk about Master Pichu, and he's lovely, he's nice, he's
you have a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience.
The knowledge, the person, the attitude, the good energy, everything, and the methodology also, the technical part of the thing, it's also good. And there I see that I am able to learn the leader position, the leader steps, because I had doubts about that. If I were able to do this leader part, for me it's really very difficult. I had never thought about being a leader to show how to do this part of the things. I just want to dance, only that. So when I took this course with Mr. Petchov, yes, I like it. I think I am able, and now for sure I want to move on and continue taking this kind of trainings. And I was almost registering this with you. So when you advertised about the KTT Master Class, Master Weekend, I joined it. And I said, I think after this they will start another group. So I joined it in the first moment because I had already made the decision.
So good. So did you already start taking a look to the training, or you didn't have the time?
Of course, I did.
So far,
now it's Wednesday, and that is the second part is available, but I was trying to do everything. And the first part, well, when I started watching the videos, oh my God, it seemed like I was in your building at Mushima. I said, my God, I could remember the attitude from your teachers, your team, the things that you also did when I was your student in your group, and the kind of behavior and attitudes that you have. And I remembered about some bad situations I faced there. I was present at a class and something happened, and the way that the teacher
Manage.
managed the situation, yes, and in a very good attitude. And I was always talking to Marcos, my teacher here, about what I think he should do, because we had to, as I told you, I was having long conversations with him after the classes, telling about how was in your school, how was in Moshima, how was in your lessons, in your classes. So it was the big example for me. So I am always telling Marcus, you should take the KTT course, because it's perfect. You have all the things, all the techniques, and this part of the thing, the attitudes. And I was remembering so much, and it's essential. The kind of things that you teach is like essential, I think, for all the teachers. And I always telling all the teachers I have already met here in Brazil, Kizomba Teachers, in this new community I am in now, that they should do these trainings. And also, now that I took this course with Master Pechu, also his course, it's really, really
We
good.
always advise. It was the way that I start. I start with Master Pechu. That he was my beginning. And of course, we went in different directions in terms of communication and organization, but my foundation is there. And every student that attend our training, we always advise, if you can, do it, because it will be an amazing complement. And I know that he do the same. He advised also to their students.
He's
training,
always telling about you too. Yes,
we are complementary.
There is a curiosity. Nothing about Master Pichu, nothing about your training. Today morning, I was at the gym listening to your KTT talks, the one that you about your history. And Paula's history also. And you told that your father started to have, and they were used to dance in the fireman place. Yes, and I took classes there also.
Really?
I don't know if the Praça dos Aliados, near Bombeiros Voluntários do Porto.
Exactly.
The fireman places. And I took classes of forró with Tiago Martins and Joana Ilham, both Portuguese people, but they dance forró like Brazilians. They are really good. So I used to have classes with them in this ballroom dance with the fireman places.
It was more common in the past. Nowadays it's not so common, but in the past it was really, really common, including before the nightclubs, the parties, the balls happening there in that saloons, in the firemen. So you already had the opportunity to start watching. Just for those that are listening to understand, in order to have a progression of learning, the online training, don't deliver immediately all the lessons, because we by strategy we decided, and by experience also as a student, that if the lessons are delivered one days after the other, the progression will be better, instead of just like eating everything and at the end you will not stay with nothing. So for now we just finished the model 1.
Yes, I finished the model 1, and today I will start the second model 2. Really, I thought it is amazing, is essential for all the teachers. It's perfect. I'm not an apple polisher. You know this expression. I don't know.
Uma polidora de maçãs.
I don't know how to say it in Portuguese from Portugal. I know
Grafista.
Como?
Grafista.
Ah, here, puxa saco.
Puxa saco, gracias.
I'm not an apple polisher. I tell
That's true.
this. I say this because I agree. I was your student there in Portugal at ALC, and it was really amazing. The technical part is fantastic, and the festivals you do also. My summer boot camp, it was really fantastic. There was
Something
the
that I have, something that I have
paradise on
curiosity.
earth.
Sorry, something that I have curiosity. It's about the experience of learning online, because some people have barriers and say, "Oh, it's not the same thing learning online." Of course, it's not. But I can find some advantage, including as a student, because we also attend trainings online of dance, and
Yes.
not only dance. And I find some advantages. In your perspective, can you do like here a comparison? What are the advantages of having this training, this specific training in an online version?
This specific training about the teachers for teachers, I that huge advantage, the biggest advantage I think is that you can watch and rewatch and rewatch many times, because if you have questions, you can ask by mail or by WhatsApp or whatever, but you can practice a lot of times, as much as you can, and they are all registered there and documented in one platform, and you can always consult and remind something. uh, I think this is one of the advantages.
Good, good. So we will need to do another talk after, when you finish, in order that you can give a feedback of the complete training. So
Yeah.
do you have like you already said that you were helping Marcus with some lessons, but are you willing to like do another step, like being able also to manage lessons, or it's something that will happen naturally? You didn't thought about it?
I am trying to help Marcos, and also I'm always trying to teach my friends of forró community, because I am always telling them I learned this other kind of dance in Portugal, and telling them about my experience, and it's really good. The energy is almost like in forró, but it's different. So they want me to tell us and show how it is, and they want to try and learn with me. So now I am being able to show them a little bit more, to show some basic steps, and trying to bring them
Bring
also
them.
to Kizomba in order to increase the community and have a lot of people to dance with. I intend also with Marcos and some friends from the community to dance at the streets, on the streets, at parks and squares, to show to people this, because here I think it's really new, quite new. These dances, nobody almost knows Kizomba. They tell me, this is Kizomba. No,
Kizomba.
not Zumba. Zumba is the one that you dance alone. No, Kizomba is dancing together. So I show them. Okay, so my friends are always asking me, and I am trying to bring them to Kizomba also.
Then you never tried to, you never taught a lesson.
No. Only for my friends and my cousin and my sister-in-law.
It's in your plans to teach?
To teach only. I don't intend to have financial return from this. I want to join Marcos and help him to have financial returns, because he's like a professional teacher and wants to have financial returns from that. And I want only to increase the community and dance, and have the chance to dance with
So
a
good.
lot of
But
people.
can you have this idea of, without never teaching before, imagine, let's place this situation that you would want to start teaching. From what you know from the training, the KTT, because you didn't saw everything, do you think only from model 1 that you get there good tools to be able to be more ready to start teaching? Because of course you will never be completely ready with any training. You need to start putting it in practice. But the difference is the tools that you bring with you to be able to do the first steps. Because like myself, when I start teaching, I didn't have enough tools to start teaching, but I started and I start learning with my mistakes. So nowadays with these kind of trainings, there is the possibility that you will have less mistakes, but of course we will all do mistakes, even with a lot of experience. So do you think that the training, from what you know, for someone that never taught before, could be a good investment?
As I told you at the first time, it's essential, because you have all the structure, all the behavior. You have to manage situations in class. You have the techniques to start with the first lesson. I don't know how to. Now I know a little bit more, because I did this training with Mr. Petul also, but what I have to do in the first class and the second class, and you have everything ready, and you have already tested this. And if I was thinking about opening my own school, it would be great to have all that already done, for me to start without thinking if it would be helpful or not, if I would do things in the right manner, making mistakes all the time. So it's essential. It's values.
Thank you so much, Selma. Just let me tell you that you were afraid with your English. Your English is amazing.
Perfect.
I am sure that I made a lot of mistakes, but okay.
But it was understandable
I learned
for sure for everybody.
Okay, that you can do it, because everybody makes mistakes, and you do things without being perfect, because if we want to be perfect, we will do nothing, because we will never be perfect. So, okay.
Exactly.
Nice.
My dear Selma,
thank you, because you started this KTT talking about that, and I learned with you that when you are not comfortable about doing something, you have to start talking about that at the first moment. It was really good. I like that.
Out of comfort zone is the place of learning.
Yeah.
And this is so true. When you are in a comfortable zone, it's like you are not learning nothing.
Yeah.
My beautiful Selma, thank you very much for your kindness.
Thank
you so much
Selma.
for being here with us. We will be back again in like 1 month or something, to give you time to digest the KTT, and also to once again to count with your honest opinion and not Apple polishing.
I'll never be. If I tell you something good that I like about you, about your team, about Ricardo Moedo, about anything, I will only tell you something good
if you feel it.
Do this,
of course.
Yeah, it's my what I feel. Okay.
Muito obrigado, minha querida. Thank you very much. Thank you all
Thank
that are
you.
here watching us and those that will rewatch after the replay. Remember that the KTT, this group of May 21, will finish the registrations on Friday, 14th of May at 11:59 p.m. Portugal time. And there is a reason for that. We want to compile the students in groups in order that the learning will be more rich to everybody, because the program, the KTT, is all recorded in video lessons, so you can do it on your own pace, at your own velocity. But then we have meetings, live sessions to Q&A, to answer questions, and also to create connection between the students. And also, there are the private community, the private groups on Facebook, where the other students from other groups are also there, and we trade information, we share the resumes of the lessons, we share new music, new stuff. So this community feeling is very important for the progression of our learning. So if you might have interest, the links are everywhere, including on the description of this video. Go there, watch the masterclass of the week, and the replay will also be available till Friday. And if you have any questions, just write us. Selma, muito obrigado.
Obrigada,
Mua.
Selma.
Beijo muito grande.
Beijinhos.
E até a próxima. Oh, Mushima! Tchau, tchau. Beijinho.
Obrigada.
Beijinhos.
Bye. See you.